Hi, welcome back to C Programming. I'm your Dr. Vasu. We are now going to see the different types of arrays. If you want to learn more about C Programming and many other interesting topics, please do subscribe this channel. If you like this lecture, please hit the like button. That will keep me motivated to do many such videos in the future. Now, let's see what are the different types of arrays. Arrays are basically classified into one-dimensional or multi-dimensional. Best example for one-dimensional is say A and 10. 10 elements are there in that array called A. Or name, different types of different 50 names can be stored in this array called name. That is one. Other way is here we have only one type of elements, but here this X and Y, two-dimensional, and that means it's something like a matrix. You can compare this as with a matrix having 5 rows and 5 columns, right? And another array called B having 3 rows and 4 columns. Number is another array, and the number is not mentioned, the number of rows and columns, and depending on the data, it can be taken. Another one, three-dimensional, an array called A having 3 dimensions, X, Y, Z values are there, or some array called B, it is not defined basically, and depending on the data, it will be assuming the size of this matrix, a 3 by 3 matrix, a three-dimensional array we call it. Now, say, let's take a two-dimensional array. In matrices, we will be using, and they are basically can be declared as an integer type, A, name of the array, and X and Y, 2 dimensions are given here to this. That is some X rows and Y number of columns. It can be a square matrix like this, 2 by 2, or 2 by 3, right? Or 3 by 3, or 4 by 3, any type of 4. Any number can be assumed to X and Y. Suppose you take an array called A, all the integer values, it's a 2 by 2 matrix. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the values assigned to this. Let us see how they are stored. So here it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, 2 rows and 2 columns are provided. Coming to the indexing, 0, the rows are indexed from 0, row number 0, row 1, right? Similarly, the columns also are indexed starting from 0. So 0th column, first column, like this. So totally 2 rows and 2 columns. Now, the data stored in this is like this, 1, 2. First, the elements are filled in the row like this, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay. Suppose to avoid confusion, we can have a better way of assigning the values of an array. Like the same array is assigned the values here in the initialization of the values are given like this. The first row elements, say 1 and 2, are kept in a curly brackets separately and a comma. Last 2 second row elements are kept in another set of brackets. So here we have a clear picture. These are the first row elements, these are second row elements, like this. So this also is correct, but to avoid any to get clarity, you can have this sort of assignment of values. Now, suppose you take a 3 by 3 matrix, 3 by 3 array. So here all the 9 values are provided, and this also can be clearly declared like this. An array, same array, 3 by 3, 3 rows and 3 columns. The first row elements in a set of brackets, second row elements in another set of brackets, like this, third, so on. Now, if you see the locations, how the array is stored, you take 3 rows and 3 columns like this. They are indexed from 0, 0 row, first row, second row. Similarly, the columns zeroth column, first column, second column. The values stored in this are the first row elements 10, 15, 20 in the first row, like that. All the other values are also stored, right? So here, suppose you take a 2 by 3 matrix array, right? Here, how the values are stored, let us see. So the values are actually, these are two rows having two rows, and in each one, 3 columns. So separate, you can clearly separate these 6 elements into two groups, like 10, 15, 20. Here, first row elements, second row elements. We have only 2 rows. So this is the best way of defining. Now, if you observe this, the values stored in this are like this. The first row elements, 10, 15, 20, like this. Okay. Now, suppose you have taken a 3 by 2 matrix. Okay. 3 by 2, the array, I'm calling it as actually this is an array, and it's a 3 by 2. Now, the elements are here, all the 6 elements only, and they can be clearly indicated as or assigned like 3 rows. First row consisting of 2 elements, second row 2 elements, and third row 2 elements, because we have only 2 columns. So this is a better way of assigning the values to the array. Now, if you look at the locations of these array elements, they are kept in 3 rows and 2 columns, right? So here the elements are stored like this in the array called A. The same can be even declared like this, or assigned. The value A, the array A can be assigned with the same values like this also. There is nothing wrong, but to have a better picture, a good clarity. Here, 1, 2, this is the first row element, second row elements, third row element. Because we have 3 rows, all the 3 rows are clearly mentioned, so that here, instead of assigning in a single row, if we can put them in this order like this, it gives a very clear picture. So this is another way of just declaring or assigning the arrays. Suppose we have a 3 by 5 array here called A, and but totally 3 by 5 means 15 elements should be there, but here we have only 6 elements. Now, the value, the 6 elements, I am thinking, my intention is to have these elements like this. The first 3 elements in the first row, second set of 3 elements in the second row. I want to have them like this. But if you look at the locations of the memory, these array elements, they are stored like this. 3 rows, right? 3 rows, 0, 1, 2, 3 rows, and 5 columns, 0 to 4, that is 5 columns are provided. Now, if you look at this allocation, this assignment, the values are assigned like this, not like this, as I assumed, because I thought this is maybe by just seeing this number 3 or by something else, my intention is actually to have the numbers in the matrix like this. But the way they are stored are first 5 elements in the first row, right? So all the first 5 elements have come in the first row. Remaining, it has come into the second row. And what happens to the remaining elements? They are all filled with 0 because we haven't provided anything here. So the elements are set here. But how to solve this problem? I don't want to have this sort of allocation. I want only this sort of allocation. Only 3 elements in the first row, first 3 elements, and first 3 elements in the second row should be like this. That means 10, 15, 20 here, and 25, 30, 35 here in the second row. And I'm not bothered about all the other elements. So what to do? How to solve this problem? Let us see. You take the same array, A here, 3 by 5. first 3 elements are provided here, and put the remaining 2 elements, you put them as 0, because we have to, when categorizing here, the first 5 elements will be treated as one row. The remaining X from then onwards, another 5 set of elements will be treated as second row. But because we don't have these elements, you just put zeros here, so that what happens? 10, 15, 20 will be coming into the first 3 elements of the first array, first row. And the remaining 3 goes into the second row. Let us see how. You take the locations of this array called A, and the elements stored here are like this. 10, 15, 20 in the first row, first elements, and the remaining these 3 here coming. But in the meantime, what did we do? The zeros are kept here, right? In the 4th and 5th columns, we put zeros. But coming to the other cells also, they are all zeros. But to get this sort of assignment, to get the values like this, we have to provide this 0, 0 like this. Or else there is another method, a very simple method to get the same sort of assignment. Let us see. Say, I'm going to declare this same A 3 by 5 like this. First row elements, first 3 elements should be here. Forget about the 4th, 5th elements. Second row. These 3 elements should come in the beginning of the second row like this. So, I have declared the array like this. Only 3 elements in this first row. Okay, this set of brackets are used to identify only 3 elements. Remaining in the second row, I have identified only these 3 elements. Forget about these zeros. So what happens? This gives you this same result. The elements are assigned in these locations like this only. Okay, I think it's made it clear now. So suppose there is another one, a 4 by 4 array, right? A array called A. Here 4 by 4 means totally 16, but here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are given. That too at random, not continuously as in the earlier case. So here 0 row, 0 column element is given, 0 row and second row, second column element is given. Likewise, some elements, only 5 elements are given. Okay. Then what happens to the other elements? Let us see. You take a 4 by 4 matrix, right? A matrix like this. Identify the rows starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Identify the columns 0, 1, 2, 3 columns like this. Now, let us put these values in the corresponding cells. 0, 0, 1. Okay. 0, 2, 0, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4. 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5. So, when you want to assign some cells only, some elements in the array, you can do that. Okay, only these must be clearly addressed. So, in which row, in which column you are going to put the data should be clearly mentioned like this. So, what happens to the other remaining cells? They all will be filled with the zeros. Okay, only these values which you have assigned will be considered and all others will be 0. So, hope you had understood this topic very well, and in the next topic we are going to see the data in arrays. Right? If you have any queries or suggestions, please do comment. Thank you.